We seem to have developed this belief that innovation belongs to a select few, the geniuses, the visionaries, the most creative people doing groundbreaking work. The reality is a lot different. Innovation isn't a talent, it's a discipline, and it's something that all of us can do more of if we have the right intentions. Today on The Fix, how to foster innovation in your work. So, where do new ideas come from? The research is pretty clear. Innovation can be found in the blank spaces, the downshift in our focus, those moments when we deliberately don't try to think too hard or too much. Downshifting allows us to consolidate new knowledge, make new connections, and even imagine new possibilities. And that's precisely where we begin to find our next big idea, not from large scale innovation or moonshot projects, but from small scale shifts in the way we think about innovation, how we plan for it, and how we make innovation a natural part of our workflow and culture. Here are 3 steps to start thinking about your big idea in small bites. First, identify a specific behavior you want people to adopt. Maybe it's a push to try new things, think in new ways, test boundaries or assumptions. Or perhaps you're just trying to create cultural changes within your organization. So describe the organizational traits you want. Agile, learning-oriented, customer-obsessed, data-driven. Then list all of the associated behaviors that go along with those traits. So for an organization that wants to achieve a higher learning orientation, they might say, we fail fast, we fail forward, and we learn even faster. Break down the behaviors, and you'll create an innovation recipe instead of a shopping list. Next, identify the barriers that are likely to get in the way. Do people feel like they can be candid with one another? Do ideas get shut down by those with more seniority or status? When ideas conflict, how are they resolved? Do people have sufficient time and resources to start investing their creative energies? Unless we proactively eliminate the barriers to innovation, we're probably going to remain stuck in the status quo. And finally, establish the conditions that lead to meaningful adoption. Scott Anthony, a senior partner at Insight and a leading expert on innovation, told me in a recent podcast episode about a process that he calls BEAN. It stands for Behavior Enabler, Artifact, and Nudge. It sets the innovation process in motion by first enabling a behavior that addresses both the conscious and subconscious parts of the brain through a combination of direct and indirect prompts. These are usually tools or processes that make it easier for people to do something different. From there, introduce an artifact, things that people can see and touch. These artifacts support and showcase the desired behavior, anything from a digital collection of ideas to a physical display of prototypes. And finally, introduce nudges to promote change through indirect suggestions and reinforcement. The idea is to keep people focused through top-of-mind reminders to stay focused on the target. And that consistency has a knock-on effect throughout the organization. The more you see it, the more you become it. Innovation really is a discipline. Set a target, identify the barriers, eliminate them, plant that beam with the right amount of nudges and enablers, and you will find that innovation begins to flourish. We're all designed to be creative, to imagine, and to wonder. Small-scale innovation can unleash larger-scale shifts in the way we think about and execute big ideas. Who knows? Your next breakthrough might just be waiting to emerge.